Battlefield 5, or more accurately, Battlefield 16. Yeah, they aren't too good with their numbers, eh? I tried looking it up, but I guess Google doesn't have the answers for everything. Now, headaches aside, these are my 4 problems to the Battlefield 5 closed alpha, in no particular order.
Hey, Mr. Krabs, I thought we got our tartar sauce delivery on Thursday.
Tartar sauce.
So if you guys have never played Battlefield 1, you should know that the planes were a smidge overpowered. Just a smidge. But then, here we are in Battlefield 5, where they have gone in quite the opposite direction. Planes in this game are slow, hard to maneuver, and are generally ineffective at targeting infantry. It's to a point where you really can't get any ground kills with bombers, or any planes of that matter. So here, let's do this. On a scale between Godzilla and a caterpillar, bombers fly right about inflatable tube men. As a gunner for this bomber, in one life I got 3 plane kills and also 1 infantry kill. Now, how many kills did my pilot get, the one dropping bombs on the infantry during around 6 minutes of gameplay? I'll let you guys think about this one for a second. He got 0 kills in around 6 minutes of farming infantry. And to make matters worse, he obviously was bored from that because shortly after, he did this. And this wasn't even the first or last time. Pilots jumping out of their planes due to terrible weapons was an extremely common sight. Just on a different occasion, I witnessed my pilot actually start using the bomber as a 3-seater fighter simply because he couldn't get any kills from air to ground. Now, I do understand that this is an alpha environment. It's made for balancing testing and gameplay features. But I just hope they do not keep aircraft in the extremely broken state they are in. Aircraft need to be in a balanced state similar to Battlefield 4, to where they are usable but require skill to operate efficiently.
Hey, we got a new guy on our squad.
Welcome to our squad.
Well, thanks for the welcome.
You're an engineer?
Yeah,
Got a repair tool?
I do.
Yeah.
Come on back there. Okay, come on back there.
Whoa,
Okay.
what the fuck just happened? Hey, I'm an engineer.
Since the beginning of time, aka 2002, Battlefield has allowed for you to pick up the weapons and gear off of dead soldiers, whether that be friendly or foe. A feature that has been prevalent in every single Battlefield game ever made. Until now. One new and Very interesting change done to Battlefield 5 is the removal of the kit switching system that we've experienced before. No longer will an assault player that picks up a medic's kit become a medic. They will simply pick up the medic's weapons and keep their supplies. On the surface, this sounds like a great idea. It's more balanced, it's less weird and confusing to new players, but it's not. It's horribly wrong. You may ask, what could possibly be so useful about this feature? Well, here, let me bring up the flip of mine from a while ago. From Bad Company to Hardline, if you were coordinating with your squad, if one person got that medical kit, you could save the entire squad from being wiped. I understand for the casual player this doesn't seem like a big deal, but for people that play in competitive squads working together over voice, this is a huge deal. But this isn't the worst thing this change affects. There is something else that affects all players, casual or pro. And it has to do with attrition. Now everyone knows that the STG-44 is the god gun in Battlefield 5. But it sure chews through bullets, huh? Well then why don't you just spawn in as a support, kill the assault, take his floating weapon, now you have the god gun and unlimited ammo.
Ammo, soldier!
And yes, it also works for sniper rifles. Is camping on mountains getting frustrating? Are you running out of bullets too quickly? Well now I got a solution for you. Simply take a sniper rifle as a support, pop a few ammo boxes down, and boom, you can sit at the mountain for the entire rest of the game. As it stands, I haven't seen a whole lot of people doing this, but it could be a huge abuse problem in the future.
Help me pick out an outfit for the party, Care Bear. Woo, Gary, you are a real stickler for authenticity.
With DICE and EA removing the premium pass for Battlefield 5, it's no surprise that they'll be looking into other means of making a profit off the game post-launch. So as expected, they chose to add customizable characters into the mix. And as a person who actually wanted Battlefield 1 to have customizable characters, I'm not one to complain when the game gives you more options. That is, when you don't screw it up. Here's a little test for you guys. Half of these people in this picture are German and half of them are British. Can you guess who is who? And no, I didn't shrink any of these down. All of these were taken at their original size or scaled up. I'll give you about 5 seconds. If you need more time, just pause the video. Alright, now that that's done with, there's 8 pictures here. So 4 German and 4 British. Except, I lied. There's only 2 German. Can you actually see them? Because here they are. All the rest are British troops. Here are 2 British outfits. I'm going to directly compare them to 2 German outfits. Note, this is before everyone is allowed to make their characters different from one another. Now, here are the German outfits. Except, wait, I lied. That one is German. Wait, I hear you saying, both of them are green. That's a little confusing. Yeah, it is confusing, but it doesn't matter, because that one is German. When I said that I wanted customizable characters in Battlefield 1, I meant being able to make the uniforms dirty and blood-soaked, adding different styles of camos to my helmets, things along those lines. But What Battlefield 5 has successfully done simply hurts gameplay. Not a single one of those soldiers noticed that the sniper reviving the assault are not on their team. Seriously, not a single one. Not a single one. All of these changes feel like a giant leap backwards from Battlefield 1 and games beforehand. Here in Battlefield 1 you'll see a British medic and a German medic. Now here's a French and an Austro-Hungarian medic. In Battlefield 1 the factions followed a very specific color code. Brown, green, and blue for all of the allied factions, and gray, black, and yellow, white for the Central Powers. Yeah, it's a lot less confusing than green and green, huh?
Hi, I am very ugly, but you should enjoy the movie anyway.
Now for this one, it isn't a single thing that's bad, it's just a collection of small changes that aren't the best move in the world. Starting off, everyone's favorite cruise missile, the V1. It's so cool. Now on that lovely note, from my understanding of why DICE added it, it's used for clearing out enemy defenses, allowing your team to push forward. Now let's say you have a dozen guys in Objective Easy, drop a not nuke on them, and then boom, now it's easy. But that's not how it's used for. Here is an example of how it's used for. It's not that these things aren't cool, but all of the following clips aren't just in the same round, they're within 3 minutes. About 15 seconds from the last V1 bombardment. "30 seconds later, and here we are. Eight V1 rockets were used this round, and 6 of them were used within a time span of 3 minutes. A simple solution to the V1 spam is to add a 1-minute timer for both factions, so if a V1 is launched, there's a 1-minute timer before another person on that faction can launch another one. And now, spotting. For some reason, they've decided to take away the spotting ability for everyone except for the sniper, and instead give you the option to place red triangles down like in Rainbow Six Siege.
I would kill you, but I think I would get kicked, so...
Oh, hey, thanks, Adam.
You're welcome, buddy.
Problem is, now it's confusing and you can't tell who's who, even more so. Such as here in this example, me and my gunner are in the tank, and then we see an enemy tank on the ridge. So we start exchanging fire. Problem is, that wasn't an enemy tank. That was a friendly tank, with red dots on it. That makes good sense. What happened here was my gunner put a red marker on him, his gunner put a red marker on me, and then we both started shooting each other because hey, there's a red marker on that tank. It must be an enemy. Why they changed the spotting system is just beyond me, but yeah, there it is. Solution? You bet I have one.